Hey everyone. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, anyway, welcome to this audio recording of my review. I guess you could say it's a bit of a video audio review of Sonic 279. Now, I don't have 279 in my hands physically. Like a lot of you, it's kind of been delayed due to the holiday season. Sources are saying that um, basically the new Marvel line has something to do with it, something like that. So I was able to find it online. I'll provide a link down below so you guys could see it yourself. This site has all the Sonic comics up to date. So if you've not read it yet, or you want to read it but you haven't read it yet, I'll provide a link down below to that site. Now, as far as the issue goes, as far as the as far as the two stories contained are in it, I thought. Oh, sorry, my finger hit the mic there. I thought both stories were good. They were all right. You know, I mean, you could kind of see because during the fight that Sonic had with Nephesius, on Nephis, if you will, um, you could kind of see that even though she didn't want to reveal too much, you could kind of see that she is basically from her side of things, and excuse me, and I'm sure it's going to come from the side of from the side of the freedom fighters that help Sonic and everything. That basically all Sonic and his friends are doing is antagonizing Eggman. And the more they do this, the more violent he gets. Basically, from her perspective, if Sonic does less of this, then Eggman won't be doing what he's doing. But Sonic, on the contrary of this, tells her, look, in his own way, he's trying to tell her, look, if I just lie down and not do anything, you think he's honestly going to leave you in peace? You're going to be you're going to have a happier ever after once me and my friends beat him than what you're having now. So basically that was kind of like the tagline there for that story there. Now they did have situations where they did rescue the Guardian guy. You know, Antron was able to fight his way through the trap, uh, so that was good. Big was able to basically rip apart any of the Gaia demons that were after him, or Gaia monsters that were after him. So, you know, he was able to, basically both Antoine and Big were able to survive the ambushes that were set upon them. Now, like I said, they were able to get the Gaia keys and everything. They were able to rescue the Guardian of the Gaia keys, get the Gaia keys, and the Guardian, I can't think of his name right now, I gotta look at it. Hold on. But the guardian of the keys basically, informs him it might be a long time before he even goes near the Gaia temple ever again. And I think I got it around here somewhere. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Well, actually, that's not it. That's not the page. Um, Here, not the page. Oh, here it is. 9. No, it's not 9. It's 8. Here we are. Uh, Isan. I think that's his name. Basically, he informs it'll be a while before he goes to the Gaia temple. Actually, I think that's what he says. He says it'll be some time before he goes near the Gaia temple again, and he also informs them that they'll find it in what shape when they use the keys. Now, what's interesting about this is Sonar, I think that's her name, asked how many more key guardians, and basically she asked and wonders there are more of these key guardians, and basically asked how many more do they have to find. Now, Antoine at first does kind of like the right thing and says, we cannot confirm that, but Big, being Big, says, oh, we just got to get 4. That's about it. So, yeah, Big basically spilled the beans. So, yeah, they um, basically Big let it slip that they need to get 4 more guardian keys to help save the world. Now they do. Now they do. Um, Now they do basically inform Nephis, because we find out, and this has been talked about in other reviews, we find out that Nephis and the 3 freedom fighters are actually friends, and that this whole situation is to keep balance in the region. In other words, keep peace in the region so that nobody gets hurt. And, you know, Nephis thanks them for giving her the intel that she needs to kind of calm Eggman down a little bit. If he gets frustrated, like, hey, look, I know how many more key guardians they have to find. Here's the information. So basically, from what it looks like to me and sounds like, is they don't want Eggman to know that they're not doing it the way he wants it. Or she doesn't want Eggman to know that she's not doing it the way she wants it. She's doing it the way she feels is needed to keep peace and balance in the region so that nobody becomes suspected at the fact that she's actually that basically that Eggman doesn't come suspected. And yeah, that's about it. And then Eggman does, interrupts a call. Well, not interrupts a call, but calls right after she hangs up with her friends. And she's wondering at first, holy crap, does he know about what's going on? But instead of trying to maybe explain her actions, if that's the case, instead Eggman says, when he responds, says, save it, I need you on the death egg for mission priority 1. And that leads us into the next Eggman story arc in Sonic Universe. Then the next one we have is Hidden Cost, which is, I think, the third and final part. Now, basically, last we saw Bunny, she was going to get held hostage. She was being held up. Basically, oh yeah, Cassie. That's her name. Hold on a sec. And basically, like I said, Bunny is surrounded. She's got her hands behind her head. And basically, Cassie shows, of course, the egg army, to the egg soldiers, are kind of concerned about her. But she's like, hey, don't worry. She shrugs it off, shows what they found, shows what she's found. But then she looks at Bunny and says, okay, now that I got this, what do I do with you? And then she decides, hey, I'll compromise. I'll let you, because you helped me back in that cave, in repayment of it, I'll let you go, but I keep the emerald. So basically, she's willing to not do what Eggman usually would have him do, and that's take Bunny prisoner. Instead, she, in repayment for what she'd done for helping her in the cave, she decides, I'm gonna just let you go, but I'm keeping the emerald. Now, Bunny is like, oh, that's all nice of you and everything, but there's a problem. Now, what's funny here is Cassie can't say magnanimous about it or whatever it's called. And Bunny, she says something like magnanimous or something. And Bunny's like, what? Bunny and the egg soldier are like, huh? No, Bunny even said, Bunny's like, huh? Oh no, the egg soldier has to correct her. When she says magnanimous, he says magnanimous. He has to correct her. And says she's gonna, like I said, she's gonna let her go. But she's keeping the emerald. Now Bunny's like, hey, that's awfully generous of you to do, but there's one problem. The planet still needs to be saved. And Bunny basically activates one of her shields, and Cassie's like, damn, how many upgrades do you got, girl? And by kicking or kneeing the egg soldiers, I guess you could say that, both egg soldiers right into Cassie, almost hurting her a little bit. She ends up grabbing the emerald, because the emerald gets jogged loose from Cassie. Bunny takes the emerald and leaves. Now, one of the egg soldiers is about to fire at Bunny, but Cassie basically holds him down, and he has this look like, what? Kind of prevents him from doing that. Now, here's what's funny. I think I read this part. Now, the soldier's like wondering, Lady Cassie, why'd you do that? And Cassie, she's like, she is just impressed. She's like, man, how bold was that? How impressed. She's like, man, how impressive was that? And she explains to the soldiers that, because the soldier's wondering, well, what about the Chaos Emerald? And Cassie's like, look, she obviously wanted it more. And she explains that Eggman didn't even know it was here, and that maybe the soldiers, never saw anything. And then, just as she is about to say that maybe her sister Clove doesn't need to know about this, that's when Clove shows up and sees her. And when Clove shows up, she wonders what happened. Cassie tries to say it's no big deal, but as she's explaining, she suddenly collapses Clove tells the soldiers to get her inside. They thought she was getting better, and Clove's got this look like she's staring off into the distance, like I don't know if she sees Bunny or what's going on, but she's staring off into the distance, like this. She's basically not happy. Now Bunny meets up with Sally afterwards, shows her that she got the. Now after this, we go on and we see. Now after that, we see Bunny meet up with Sally and Nicole in hand, that is, and Bunny shows that she got the emerald. And as they're going back to Sky Patrol, she kind of reminds Sally of the time she went undercover in the egg region of Metropolis, and explains that some of the people there, some of the egg soldiers and bosses, may have been power hungry and greedy. If I can find that part here. Oh, here it is. She says that even though some of the egg bosses and soldiers may have been power hungry and greedy, or both, that not everyone was like that. That for some working for Eggman, they must have just been, and then Sally finishes it by saying desperate. And it's because Sally, meeting Clove, says, I know. And basically acknowledges that she knows that. And she hates the fact that, she hates to think that after all they've done, there are still that there are still others out there that felt they have no other choice but to join Eggman. And then she acknowledges as they're leaving that all they could do right now is to keep moving forward. Now, they do arrive. Bunny shows that they got the Chaos Emerald. Antoine, of course, is a little concerned for his wife because she's scratched up, and she says it's no big deal, and everything. And they decide to have a little bit of a celebration. Haitian, and Antoine's like, yes, to the kitchen. And Cream, of course, wants to help Antoine, and then Sally's like, hey, I'll help too. But Antoine's like, no, thank you, ladies. Oh, well, not one. All right, sorry about that, folks. I had to pause there momentarily. But as I said, basically, like I was saying, basically the Bunny and Sally return to Sky Patrol, show that they've gotten the Chaos Emerald. Of course, Antoine is a little concerned for his wife, and she says it ain't that bad. It's fine. She's fine, and they are happy now that they got all 7 Chaos Emeralds. And Antoine suggests that this is a this is a moment of celebration, and says they should go to the kitchen, and says he'll go to the kitchen. Cream wonders what they will make and wants to help Antoine. Sally insists on helping too. Antoine's like, no thanks, Princess. You and Bunny need to rest. So he says, no thanks. He's basically saying, no thank you, Princess. You and Bunny need to rest. And I guess that's a bit of a play back at Spark of Life that Sally's not that good of a cook, if you catch my drift. So I guess that's the running joke with her, the running gag with Sally is she's not that good of a cook. So anyway, unaware to them, we see that the Tails doll, which was sent to spy on them by Eggman, that I'm sure a lot of people have completely forgotten about back, I guess, what was it, 5, 6, 7 issues ago or something, is secretly listening in on the information. So obviously that's going to lead to something. No, it's going to lead to something involving Eggman probably getting the emeralds before they could do anything or something. I don't really know. So while that's going on, Clove contacts Eggman to, and Clove, she's furious because she has this look of anger after, she catches her sister after her sister collapsed. She's looking straight into the sky, looking straight forward with this look of anger and everything. So she contacts Eggman, wondering why this happened, and Eggman basically tells her, "Oh yeah, everything that I told you about this and that, I lied." Eggman basically comes out and says he lied to her. And, of course, she wonders why he would do this. And he explains, well, look, I knew you would come to me because of your sister and this and that. So, basically, he just flat out admits to Clove, I should say, that, yeah, I lied to you about the situation and everything. And that, the only way your sister is going to keep getting these treatments is if you guys continue to keep serving me. So basically, the hook the hook for Clove and Cassie, the hook for Clove and Cassie is the fact that to them right now the only way Cassie can survive is through the treatments that Eggman is giving them or is helping to give her, and that's the only hook they have. Because basically, Eggman had because Clove thought originally Eggman has said that the treatments would, prevent this from happening, prevent her sister from collapsing again, and obviously that's not necessarily the case. So she's got to continuously get these treatments every so often, or she's gonna have another relapse. So of course, Clove, after ending the communication, understands the situation. Basically, says that she understands. Basically, understanding that the only way her sister is going to survive is to remain under Eggman's loyalty. So she goes to visit her sister. Cassie's at first like, kind of like a little disappointed that, she thought that wouldn't happen again. She wouldn't relapse or collapse, which she did. Um, and, her sister, well, she's telling her that Clove goes up to her and hugs her, much to her surprise. But then Cassie, I guess, in a calm, if not confident reaction, is like, look, you know, basically she tells, Clove, look, I just didn't want you to think I was always going to be, basically she apologizes for always, making her think she was going to be weak or something like that, or what. But then she also but she tells her sister, because unaware to Cassie that this is basically a long time, if not permanent deal, possibly permanent deal. Cassie basically says, look, tries to be confident, tries to be positive about the situation by saying, look, as soon as I finish my treatments, we can leave Eggman. We can get out of this empire. We can get out of his hold. We could be on our own again. And, Clove, she's got this look on her face like, she's, when Cassie's saying this, she's like, she's got this look of, like almost disappointment, if not shocked disappointment. I mean, that her sister doesn't realize the truth yet, but then clutches onto her again and says, yes, we just need a little bit more time. So, or something in that manner. And overall, I have to say what Aaliyah Baker did here is definitely give us a story arc with these characters that you could really build on. You can, they can really build on. And I like that because this is, like I said, I think I mentioned this in, one of my videos about upcoming Sonic Universe arcs after the Shattered World arc. I kind of mentioned maybe that the Cassie and Clove could have a story arc, and I think this could lead to one maybe next year. This could lead to one next year with these two, because you got to think about it this way. You're building towards them leaving. You're building a story arc towards them leaving the Eggman Empire and possibly going to the Freedom Fighters, or at least joining on that side. So overall, I thought Aaliyah Baker did a great job here with the hidden cost story arc. I really did. And as far as the situation, I talked about this already. The story arc, or this little how do you say this little story arc within the story, I think is pretty good because it's based. Because I think it's pretty good because it's not just involving Cassie and Clove, but we're now finding out that there are others like Nephis and the freedom fighters of the plains of the death of the and those three freedom fighters we just met, as well as along with Nephis and probably several others that are only working for Eggman because pretty much they feel, hey, what other choice do we have? We keep opposing him. He's going to keep. If we oppose him, it's just going to get worse. So I liked that they're building a story arc there with that, and I liked that they're building a story arc with Cassie and Clove that I think is going to get resolved, I should say, in a future Sonic Universe arc down the line. So overall, I thought the Hidden Cost, the three-parter, was good. I thought Face of the Enemy was good. So can't wait to see what we get with 280, and hopefully by the end of this week or next week, I will physically have 279 in my hand. I'm probably going to have to contact them, Archie Comics that is, like I've done before, and let them know what's going on. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. I'll try to provide a link to the place that I got the issue from.